not Maureen, as in, "Nice to meet you, Marcia," or "Hi, Marcia, I grew up watching you," or "Hey, it's Marcia, Marcia, Marcia." That kind of thing had happened to me so often since the Brady Bunch went on the air on September 26, 1969, that I shouldn't have noticed. Except that I did. Every time. I had played Marcia Brady for 5 years, but I wasn't her in any way, shape, or form. She was perfect. I was anything but that. As I knew too well, it wasn't Marcia who had been asked to appear on Celebrity Fit Club. She was still a perfect-looking teenager, struggling with the ups and downs of adolescence, and she would stay that way throughout TV rerun eternity. No, the show's producers had asked me, Marcia's imperfect-looking middle-aged doppelganger. There was one main reason they asked me. They thought I was fat. They knew the reaction viewers would have when they saw me. Is that Marcia Brady? Oh my God, what happened to her? The better question was what didn't happen to her. And did I want the world to know all that, along with my weight? Those details had been off limits to other people my whole life. In fact, as I contemplated a decision, my thoughts raced back to a day during the first season of the Brady Bunch. It was 1969, and I was 13 years old. We were shooting the Brace Yourself episode, the one in which Marcia feels like her life is over after she gets braces. She feels ugly, ugly, ugly. Then her boyfriend breaks their date, making her feel even uglier, and she sobs uncontrollably. What no one knew, not Florence Henderson, Robert Reed, Barry Williams, Eve Plum, Chris Knight, Mike Lookinland, Susan Olsen, or Ann B. Davis, was that those tears were real. My parents had recently had a terrible fight, which shattered my sense of peace and security. In the fallout, I learned that my mother had a deep, dark secret she had spent her life hiding from us and everyone else. Through ignorance and an inability to communicate, her secret became mine, and during the entire run of the Brady Bunch, I thought I was going to end up insane, as she did briefly, and as her mother did before her. But I kept that to myself as I waited for that fateful time. I didn't want anyone to know. I tried to be perfect and to make everything seem perfect, as if through a combination of willpower, denial, and control, I could prevent what I thought was inevitable. When the show went off the air, I missed the structure and routine provided by my fictional TV family. And in a way, I missed Marcia, with whom I had had such a love-hate relationship. She had given me an identity. Without her, I had to figure out who I was, a next to impossible task for someone doing everything she could to avoid the truth about herself. I sought refuge in seemingly glamorous cocaine dens above Hollywood. I thought I would find the answers there, while in reality I was simply running farther away from myself. From there, I spiraled downward on a path of self-destruction that cost me my career and very nearly my life. Over the years, I battled drug addiction and bulimia. I was treated in a psych ward, went in and out of rehab, and looked to God for answers. I managed to marry a wonderful husband and give birth to a spectacular daughter, yet I never felt as if the light shined on me, not even on the sunniest of days. I came out of it slowly and in stages. First, I had to acknowledge and then get help for a long-time struggle with depression. Then I had to come to terms with my mother. And finally, I needed to face myself. Once I stopped telling lies and trying to pretend life was perfect, I was able to move on. As trivial as it sounds, I didn't feel like I quit pretending until I made a decision about whether or not to do Celebrity Fit Club. I know it sounds crazy. It might have been. But that's what happened. Michael, Natalie, and I were at the kitchen table talking about the offer. All of a sudden, I had a feeling in my gut. Call it being 50 and fatigued, or being 50 and courageous.